Did you know that Albert Einstein once handed his own wife a typed contract listing the exact conditions under which he would agree to keep living with her? Not a divorce, a list. A cold, itemized set of rules for how she was allowed to exist near him. And the genius we worship as the gentle grandfather of physics wrote every word of it himself. The man who unlocked the universe couldn't unlock basic kindness. Here's why this surfaces again now. Einstein's love letters keep resurfacing, inspiring films like the short My Little Witch, and each time they reveal a marriage nobody put in the textbooks. The players are simple. Albert Einstein, the young revolutionary, and Mileva Maric, the brilliant physicist he adored, then crushed. But here's the thing, most people never hear. There's a twist here almost no one is talking about, and it flips the whole legend on its head. Let's rewind. Before Einstein was Einstein, he was a struggling student in Zurich, and Mileva Maric was the only woman in his physics program. Think about that for a second. In the year 1896, a woman studying advanced physics was almost unheard of. She wasn't there by luck. She was there because she was extraordinary, and Einstein fell hard. His letters from those years drip with obsession. He called her his little witch, his equal, the one person who understood his mind. They talked equations over coffee. They dreamed of solving the universe together. What this means for you is simple. The Einstein legend was never a solo act. Behind the wild hair and the chalkboard was a partnership that history quietly erased. His family hated her. She was Serbian, older, walked with a limp, and worst of all in their eyes, she was too smart. If you're getting something out of this, a like pushes it further. But Einstein married her anyway in 1903, defying everyone. It looked like a love story built to last. What comes next is the part that actually matters, because the man who wrote those adoring letters did not stay that man. As Einstein's fame exploded, something in him curdled. The equal partner became, in his eyes, an inconvenience. And by 1914, roughly a decade into the marriage, he sat down and drafted the document that historians still cannot read without wincing. According to Open Culture, Einstein delivered Mileva a set of conditions if she wanted the marriage to continue. She was to make sure his clothes and laundry were kept in order. She was to serve him 3 meals a day in his room. His bedroom and study were to be kept tidy, and his desk was for him alone. She would expect no intimacy from him. She would stop talking to him when he asked. She would leave his bedroom or study immediately on request. And here is the coldest line. She was to renounce all personal relations with him, except those required to keep up appearances in public. Read that again. He wasn't asking for a divorce. He was asking her to become a live-in servant who happened to share his last name. This is the villain turn nobody teaches, the hero of modern science, dictating the terms of a woman's humiliation in writing, like a lab protocol. Don't drop off now. The ending ties this together. And the victim here isn't just a wife. It's a physicist. Mileva Maric had co-authored ideas, checked his math, argued theory with him for years. Some scholars believe her fingerprints are on the early relativity work itself. Yet she accepted his conditions at first because she had 2 sons and nowhere to go. Imagine being brilliant enough to help crack the cosmos and being handed a chore list by the man you built it with. Here's what should make your skin crawl a little. Einstein was writing about a universe governed by elegant, balanced laws, symmetry, fairness at the deepest level of reality, and he could not extend 1 ounce of that fairness across his own dinner table. So here is the twist almost no one talks about. Mileva didn't sign her life away forever. She couldn't live under those humiliating terms, and within months, the arrangement collapsed. They separated. And when Einstein finally agreed to divorce her in 1919, he made a startling promise. He bet her the money from a Nobel Prize he had not yet won. He was that certain it was coming. He told her that if she granted the divorce, the prize money would be hers and their sons. He won the Nobel in 1921, and he kept his word. The prize money went to Mileva. So the same man who wrote that cruel list also, in his own tangled way, tried to provide for the woman he'd wounded. That's the contradiction at the heart of Einstein. Not a monster, not a saint, a staggering genius who could measure starlight bending around the sun, but could not measure the damage he did at home. Here is my prediction. As more of these letters keep getting published and dramatized, the myth of the lovable, cuddly Einstein will keep cracking, and the name Mileva Maric will only grow louder as people finally ask how much of the revolution in physics she quietly helped carry. The list was cruel, but it accidentally preserved the proof that she was there at all. Before I go, here is your historical footnote of the day. It matters because it shows how easily a woman's genius could simply vanish from the record. In the early 1900s, a physicist named Mileva Maric had her name appear on at least one draft of Einstein's work, according to some accounts of the couple's correspondence. Yet when the famous papers were published in 1905, her name was gone. She never publicly claimed credit, and Einstein never publicly gave it. Whether she co-created relativity or simply sharpened it, we may never know, because the woman who might have told us spent her final years poor, ill, and forgotten in Zurich. The universe remembers her husband's equations. History nearly forgot she held the chalk. That is your footnote for today. If that marital contract sent a chill down your spine, tell me in the comments whether you think Einstein was a villain or just a flawed man. And if the idea that Mileva helped shape relativity fascinates you, say so below. Want more like this? Subscribe to Weird History, a fresh one daily.